So hello everyone. In the previous lecture we have seen multiplication by t property. In this lecture we will see how to evaluate a definite integral by using the multiplication by t property. So what is multiplication by t property? It states that if L of f of t is f of s, then L of t raised to n f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n dn by ds raised to n of f of s. So multiplication by t means when the function is multiplied by t raised to n. Okay, when the function is multiplied by t raised to n, we have to calculate L of that function. Whatever answer we get, that answer we have to differentiate it n times. So L of t raised to n f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n dn by ds raised to n of f of s. So whatever is the function other than t raised to n, you calculate the Laplace transform. The answer has to be differentiated n times. That is multiplication by t property. So for example, now evaluate integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2t t cube sine t dt by using Laplace transform. So here we are asked to evaluate a definite integral by using Laplace transform. We are not asked to calculate the Laplace transform of some function. So whatever properties we have studied till now, the change of scale, first shifting, multiplication by t, all these properties can be applied when you have L of some function. So here L is not given in this. Instead, we are given an definite integral. So first step will be we have to convert this integral to Laplace transform. For that, we know that by the definition of Laplace transform, L of f of t is integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t. Now, we are given the right hand side part of this definition. Okay, normally it is given L of some function, then we can use the properties of Laplace transform and calculate L. But here we are given the right hand side part of this definition, which means you have to convert this definite integral to Laplace transform and then use the properties of Laplace transform to evaluate this integral. So what we have to do is now compare this given integral with the definition of this Laplace transform. So when we compare the right hand side of equation 1 with the given problem, we will get that f of t is equal to sine t cube sine t, and instead of s we are having 2. So we can write this integral, or if we compare this integral with the right hand side of the definition of the Laplace transform, we can write f of t is equal to t cube sine t and s is equal to 2. So which means that this integral is converted to Laplace transform because it is equal to L of f of t. So this integral will become L of t cube sine t, and whatever, when we simplify that, whatever answer we get, in that we have to replace s by 2. So first step will be to evaluate L of t cube sine t. So we have converted this integral to Laplace transform. Then we have to use the properties of Laplace transform to evaluate this and then put s is equal to the given value. So we are given this integral. Now this integral is equal to L of t cube sine t. So now we have to calculate L of t cube sine t by using the properties of Laplace transform, and after getting the answer replace s by 2. So we have to calculate L of t cube sine t. So always, I told you yesterday also, we have to start with the function which is on the extreme right. So here now sine t. So we have to calculate L of sine t. We know that L of sine at is a upon s square plus a square. So L of sine t is 1 upon s square plus 1 square. So once we get L of sine t, the next function is t cube into sine t. So now we have to consider L of t cube sine t, which means that this whatever Laplace transform of sine t we have got, that answer has to be differentiated 3 times because we are having t cube here. So L of t cube sine t will become minus 1 whole cube d cube by ds cube of this answer. So always start with the function on the right hand or right on the extreme right, and then we can, whatever answer we get, that answer has to be differentiated with respect to s. So now we have to differentiate 1 upon s square plus 1 3 times. So first derivative. So first derivative, now minus 1 the whole cube is minus the first derivative. I have used again u by v. You can do it directly also. I have used u by v. So v into derivative of 1, which is 0, minus 1 into derivative of s square plus 1, that is 2s, upon denominator square. So minus d square by ds square. So one derivative we have done by using u by v. v du minus u dv upon v square. Simplify this. This term will become 0. So we will have minus d square by ds square of minus 2s upon s square plus 1 the whole square. Again, two derivatives are still remaining. So now calculate the derivative of minus 2s upon s square plus 1 the whole square. Again apply u by v. Okay, I've taken minus 2 outside. So when we take minus 2 outside, already you have a minus sign. So 2 comes out of the differential. So it becomes 2 into d square by ds square of s upon. Now using u by v. So again, v into derivative of u, that is 1, minus u into derivative of v, which is 2 into s square plus 1 into the derivative of s square plus 1, which is 2s, upon denominator square or v square. So v du minus u dv upon v square. It always starts with v. v du minus u dv upon v square. Now when we see in this bracket term, there is a common term s square plus 1, both in numerator and denominator. So we can cancel 1 s square plus 1. Okay, we can cancel 1 s square plus 1, so that we will get the remaining. After cancelling s square plus 1, we will get. So if we cancel s square plus 1, what will remain? S square plus 1 will remain here. Then minus, again s square plus 1 gets cancelled. So 2 into 2, 4, s into s square. 1 s square plus 1 gets cancelled. So the remaining will be s square plus 1 whole cube. So we have applied u by v method, u by v derivative, and then since there was a common term s square plus 1 in both numerator and denominator, we have cancelled that common term and written the remaining terms. So s square plus 1 minus 4s square upon this. Now we can combine the coefficients of s square. So we can write 2 into d by ds of 1 minus 3s square upon s square plus 1 the whole cube. Still one derivative is remaining. So again differentiating this using u by v. So again differentiating this using u by v. So again v du, 2 is outside, v into du. The derivative of 1 minus 3s square is minus 6s minus u. U is 1 minus 3s square into derivative of the denominator. That is 3 into s square plus 1 the whole square into 2s upon denominator square or v square, which is s square plus 1 the whole square. Now we can see that s square plus 1 the whole square is common now in both numerator and denominator. Okay, now we can see that s square plus 1 whole square is common in both numerator and denominator. So we can cancel now s square plus 1 the whole square. So after cancelling s square plus 1 the whole square in both numerator and denominator, we will get, so one square term is gone. So remaining will be s square plus 1 minus 6s minus 1 minus 3s square. Again this term is gone. So 3 into 2s upon 1 s square plus 1 the whole square is gone. So remaining will be 4. Open the bracket and simplify. Okay, now here either you can open the bracket and simplify, but here we have to put s is equal to 2. So even if you don't simplify, it's fine, because we have to ultimately put s is equal to 2. If you want, you can open the bracket and simplify and then put s is equal to 2. Or what you can do is put s is equal to 2 here and then calculate the value. It is going to be a constant value. The value of the integral is going to be a constant function because s is equal to 2. So put s is equal to 2. Wherever s is there, replace it by 2. Use calc and calculate the value of this function. It comes out to be 144 upon 625. So we have differentiated, we have calculated L of sine t. Whatever answer we have got, that we have differentiated 3 times and then put s is equal to 2 to get the final value of that integral. Whatever was the given integral, that integral value is equal to 144 upon 625. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2t into t cos t dt by using Laplace transform. Same problem as the previous one, only thing we are having a different function here. So always we have to check whether we are given L of some function or we are given an integral which is to be evaluated. If L is there, then we can apply the properties of Laplace transform. If L is not there, but you are given an integral, then convert this integral to Laplace transform and then make use of the properties of Laplace transform to get the answer. So first step is we have to convert this integral to Laplace transform. So we know by definition of Laplace transform, L of f of t is integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t dt. Compare both these integrals. So when we compare, we can write f of t to be equal to t cos t and s is equal to 2. So when we compare both these integrals, we can write f of t to be equal to t cos t, and instead of s, we are having 2. So now we can write the given integral as L of f of t, but f of t is t cos t. So we can write this integral as L of t cos t. So we have to evaluate, or we have to calculate L of t cos t by using the properties of Laplace transform. Whatever answer we get, replace s by 2. So first our aim is to calculate L of t cos t. So given integral, we have converted that given integral to Laplace transform and written this integral is equal to L of t cos t with s is equal to 2. So again, you have to start with the function which is on the extreme right. So start with cos t. L of cos t, we know it is equal to s upon s square plus 1 square. Now we have to calculate L of t cos t. So L of t cos t means we have to use multiplication by t property. So multiplication by t property states that whatever answer you have got in the previous step, that answer has to be differentiated once with respect to s. So we can write L of t cos t is equal to, we have minus 1 raised to n outside. So here t raised to 1 we are having. So minus 1 raised to 1, which is minus 1 d by ds of this answer. So differentiate it once and then put s is equal to 2. Again using u by v. So minus sign is outside, v du minus u dv upon v square. Open the bracket. So s square plus 1 minus 2s square. Either you simplify or directly put the value of s is equal to 2. Both are okay. Even if you don't simplify, directly put s is equal to 2, that is also fine. So sometimes I've simplified, sometimes I've not. It all depends upon you. Whether you want, you can simplify or keep it as it is. So it's 1 minus s square upon s square plus 1 the whole square. Put s is equal to 2. Wherever s is there, replace it by 2 and calculate the value of this function. So we get the answer as 3 by 25. Putting s is equal to 2 and then simplifying those constant values. So integral value is equal to 3 by 25. Now this integral value is going to be a constant because we are not having any s term. Variable is t. So when we integrate, the variable will go because we have to apply the upper limit and the lower limit. So the answer is always going to be a constant number. But when we calculate Laplace transform of sum, then you will get the answer in terms of s. So 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2t into t cos t dt is 3 by 25. Next problem. Evaluate integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2t t sine square t dt by using Laplace transform. Again, we are not given any L in the given problem, but we are given a definite integral which is to be evaluated. So first step will be we have to convert this definite integral to Laplace transform, make use of the properties of Laplace transform to get the L of that particular function f of t, and then put s is equal to the required value. So first step is write this integral in terms of L. For that, we have to compare the definition of Laplace transform of f of t, which is 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Compare these two integrals, write f of t and s. So f of t becomes t sine square t and s is equal to 2. So f of t is equal to t sine square t and s is equal to 2. So this given integral will become L of t sine square t with s is equal to 2. So writing this integral as L of t sine square t with s is equal to 2. So now we have to calculate L of t sine square t. So first the rightmost function is sine square t. But sine square t we cannot calculate directly L because we are having sine square t. So we are not having any formula to calculate sine square t. So first we have to convert sine square t, right? Use this trigonometric formulas. We know that sine square t is equal to 1 minus cos 2t by 2. So sine square t cannot be calculated directly. L of sine square t cannot be calculated directly. So writing sine square t as 1 minus cos 2t by 2. Take half common. So we can write L of 1 minus cos 2t. So we can write again. Now we are having a minus sign in between the two functions. So we can take L inside the function, L inside the bracket, or L we can take it to both the functions. So we can write L of 1 minus L of cos 2t. Because here we are having sin t into sin t form. Sin square t is the product of two sin t functions. So we cannot take L inside. That is why we have converted sin square t to 1 minus cos 2t by 2. And then we have taken L inside. Now we have got minus sign in between the functions. So we can separate that L. Now L of 1 is 1 by s. L of cos 2t is s upon s square plus 2 square. So now we have got L of sine square t to be equal to 1 upon 2 into 1 by s minus s upon s square plus 2 square. So we have calculated this L of sine square t function. Now we have to calculate L of t sine square t. Now since the function is t, whatever answer we have got, we have to differentiate that answer with respect to x only once with a minus sign outside. So we have to write now L of t sine square t is minus d by ds of this answer. Half is a constant which can be taken outside the derivative, and differentiating both these functions with respect to s, and then putting s is equal to 2. So first we have calculated L of sine square t. Since it cannot be calculated directly, we have converted sine square t to 1 minus cos 2t by 2 and then taken L and got this as the answer. So L of, now this function is multiplied by t, which means we have to make use of the multiplication by t property. Now differentiating, again 1 by s derivative is minus 1 by s square. Here we can apply u by v. So v into derivative of s, that is 1. Then u into derivative of v, which is 2s upon s square plus 4 the whole square, v square. Simplify, or again, either if you want you can simplify or you can put directly s is equal to 2. If only L of t sine square t is given, then you have to simplify. But if you are asked to evaluate an integral, you need not simplify. You can simplify, but even if you don't simplify, it's fine. Put s is equal to t, 2 in this whole expression. Wherever s was there, replace it by 2 so that we will get this expression. Now simplify. The answer will be equal to 1 by 8 because the second term will become 0. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. So the whole term will become 0. We will get 1 by 2 into 1 by 4. That is equal to 1 by 8. Again, it's a constant value because in this integral also there was no s given. So we will get the answer in terms of a constant. Next problem. Evaluate 0 to infinity e raised to minus 3t t square sine h2t dt. Always check whether you are given a Laplace L of some function. If L is not there, convert the integral to L function. Okay, here nowhere L we can see. We are having only a definite integral which is to be evaluated. So converting this integral to Laplace transform. So how to convert? You have to compare this integral with the definition of the Laplace transform. So now we can compare this and write f of t to be equal to t square sine h2t and s is equal to 3. Either you will be given the left hand side part or you will be given the right hand side part of the definition. If the left hand side part is given, you can apply the properties directly. But if the right hand side is given, then convert the integral to Laplace transform and then solve the Laplace transform of that particular function. So here we get the function as t square sine h2t and s is equal to 3. So calculating L of this, whatever answer we will get, putting s is equal to 3. Again, now we have to start with the sine h2t function. We have to start with the sine h2t function. Again, either you can use directly the formula for sine h2t or you can make use of e raised to the definition of sine h2t and then calculate Laplace. Both are okay. Any one method we can follow. Only thing here we have to differentiate it 2 times. So whatever, either you can use in the same form, same Laplace, that is 2 upon s square minus 4, or you can convert sine hyperbolic to e raised to and then calculate the Laplace transform. Both the methods are okay. So here I've converted. So whenever you have maybe more than two or more than 2, we can convert hyperbolic functions to this so that the derivative becomes easy. So now half is the constant, so 1 by 2 comes out, L of the numerator. Now we have a minus sign in between the two functions. We can take L to both the terms. So L of e raised to 2t minus L of e raised to minus 2t. So we will have, we know that L of e raised to 2t is 1 upon s minus 2 and e raised to minus 2t is 1 upon s plus 2. So when we simplify, we will get 2 upon s square minus 2 square. The same formula for that. So I have made use of the basic definition of sine hyperbolic function. So now whatever answer we have got, that has to be differentiated 2 times with minus 1 the whole square outside. So 2 times you are differentiating this answer. 1 by x form differentiating. Yesterday we have done t raised to 5. So now we have minus 1 the whole square d square by ds square of the function. So half can be taken outside. Minus 1 the whole square will become plus 1. Now 1 by x derivative is minus 1 by x square. Here also minus 1 by x square. Differentiating minus 1 by x square again. So we will get 2 by x cube. 2 by x cube here also, 2 by x cube here also. 2 will get cancelled. Now put s is equal to 3. Putting s is equal to 3 and calculating the value of this integral. Okay. So first we have calculated L of sine h2t. Either you use the the standard Laplace transform formula for L of sine h2t, or we can convert hyperbolic function to e raised to and then calculate the Laplace transform. So after getting the Laplace transform of the sine h2t function, we have to differentiate that function 2 times because we are having t square. And before differentiation, we have the term minus 1 the whole square. So when we have differentiated it 2 times. Now when s is equal to 3, putting s is equal to 3, simplifying, we will get 124 upon 125. 124 upon, again, a constant value. So L of t square sine h2t is 124 upon. So the value, the integral is 124 upon 125. Laplace transform, the answer will be in terms of s. The value of this integral is 124 upon 125. Next problem. Again evaluate 0 to infinity t square sine 3t upon e raised to 2t. Okay. So reducing this integral to the form e raised to minus st into f of t dt. So taking e raised to 2t to the numerator, or we can write integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus 2t into t square sine 3t dt. Now this is the given problem. Comparing this with the definition of Laplace transform integral. If you compare both this, we can get f of t as t square sine 3t and s is equal to 2. So comparing the right hand side of equation 1 with the given problem, we can write f of t is t square sine 3t and s is equal to 2. So now calculating L of t square, because this integral is equal to L of f of t. So this integral will be equal to L of this, L of t square sine 3t, and after calculating L of t square sine 3t, put s is equal to 2. So this integral is now converted to L of t square sine 3t. Again calculate first L of sine 3t. L of sine 3t is 3 upon s square plus 9. Now this next function is L of t square into sine 3t. So L of sine 3t is this. So L of t square sine 3t means whatever answer we have got in the previous step, differentiate that answer 2 times. So we can write minus 1 the whole square d square by ds square of 3 upon s square plus 9. So differentiating 3 upon s square plus 9 2 times. So we can apply u by v again. So first derivative we are calculating by using again u by v. So v du minus u dv upon v square. Simplifying, because the first term will become 0. So minus 6s upon s square plus 9 the whole square. Again differentiating it once again, because we have one more d by ds, again using u by v. So it's v into derivative of minus 6s, which is minus 6, minus u into derivative of v, which is 2 into s square plus 9 into 2s upon denominator square. Again, either we simplify or we can put s is equal to 2. Maybe you can take s square plus 9 common and cancel out with the denominator s square plus 9, because so that the calculation will be reduced. So there is a common factor s square plus 9 both in the numerator and denominator. Cancelling out that common factor, we will have s square plus 9 into minus 6 minus 6s into 2 into 2s. 1 s square plus 9 will get cancelled, so we will have q. Now put s is equal to 2. Put s is equal to 2. So we will get 4 plus 9. Wherever s was there, replace it by 2. So 4 plus 9 into minus 6, etc. Simplifying, we'll get it's 18 by 2, 197. So the value of the integral, whatever integral was asked to evaluate, the answer is 18 by 2, 197. So main thing is we have to see whether we are given Laplace transform in the problem or we are given to evaluate an integral. If the Laplace transform is given, directly use the properties of Laplace transform to get the Laplace transform of that function. But if L is not given and you are given an integral which is to be evaluated, then convert that integral to Laplace transform. Then use the properties of Laplace transform and put s is equal to the required value. Next problem. E raised to minus t, 0 to infinity, e raised to minus t into t root of 1 plus sine t dt by using Laplace transform. Again, we are not having any Laplace transform here. We are given an evaluate integral. So converting this integral to Laplace transform. Comparing these two integrals, we can write f of t to be equal to t into root of 1 plus sine t and s is equal to 1. Instead of minus st, we are having minus t. So s is equal to 1. Which means that this integral is equal to L of this function. The given integral, because this integral is equal to L of f of t. So now this integral will become L of t into root of 1 plus sine t. After simplifying L of t into root of 1 plus sine t, putting s is equal to 1. So now we have to calculate L of t into root of 1 plus sine t. So first we have to take this function, root of 1 plus sine t, and calculate the Laplace transform. So root is there. So we cannot calculate directly because we are having L of root of 1 plus sine t. So now we cannot calculate directly because this function is under the root. So now our aim is to remove this square root. This square root can be removed only when you write the function inside the root as whole square. So we can remove the square only when we have the function inside the root as whole square. How to get square term? To get square term, we should have 3 terms because we know a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we are having 3 terms. If you have 3 terms, then we can write that as a plus b the whole square, first thing. But here we are having only 2 terms. So how to get 3 terms? We know that now this is sine function, a trigonometric function. So try to write one also in the form of a trigonometric function. We know cos square plus sine square is equal to 1. So writing 1 as cos square plus sine square. Now what should be that angle? That angle has to be decided after using sine function because you should have 2ab form. So now sine t can be written as 2 sine t by 2 cos t by 2. sine A is or sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cos theta, or half angle formula sine t is equal to 2 sine t by 2 cos t by 2. Now we are having angle as t by 2. So here also one should be written as cos square t by 2 plus sine square t by 2. Then only we will get a square plus b square plus 2ab. So first step is write 2ab function, and then accordingly you write 1 in terms of cos square plus sine square. So now we are having a square plus b square plus 2ab. So a plus b the whole square. Square and square root will go. We will get L of sine t by 2 plus cos t by 2. Now we are having a plus sign. So now we can take L inside the function. So L of sine t by 2 is half upon s square plus 1 by 2 the whole square. And cos t by 2 will be s upon s square plus 1 by 2 the whole square. You can take the LCM and simplify. This is actually t into root of 1 plus sine t. This part is L of root of 1 plus sine t. Now this part is actually L of t into root of 1 plus sine t. Whatever answer we have got, that we have to differentiate it. Okay, this part is equal to minus. This is not equal to minus d by dx. This is equal to minus d by ds. So minus d by ds, we have to differentiate this function. This can be simplified after taking the LCM, because we can have 4s square plus 1 upon 2. This 4 will go to the numerator. 4 by 2 is 2. Similarly, 4s upon 4s square plus 1. I've missed out t over here. This is L of t into root of 1 plus sine t. Using u by v again, v du minus u dv upon v square. Here also v du minus u dv upon v square. Simplifying and putting s is equal to 1, or even if you don't simplify, we can put s is equal to 1 to calculate the value of the given integral. We get the answer as 28 by 25. Okay, this t is missing here. So L of t into root of 1 plus sine t is minus d by ds. And after differentiating using u by v method, putting s is equal to 1, so we get 28 upon 25. Just using u by v into du minus u into dv upon v square. Similarly, v into du minus u into dv upon v square. And then just use u by v and put s is equal to 1. So the value of the given integral is 28 upon 25. So here we have some practice problems here. Everywhere you are given an integral which is to be evaluated. So in all these three problems, convert the integral to the Laplace transform function and then solve by using the properties of Laplace transform and put s is equal to the required number to get the value of this integral. So thank you. See you in the next lecture with the next property of Laplace transform.